You've just got to laugh sometimes, don't you? It happens almost every month. I reckon the wargaming bigwigs sit around their Oval Office in their opulent headquarters in Cyprus and go, how shall we troll the community in 2.5? Sergey, what do you think we should rebalance in 2.5? Well, comrades, I suggest we rebalance Panther, Jagdpanther, and Tiger H, as these are the lowest performing vehicles across all servers. These are what we should rebalance in patch 2.5. Sergey, I don't know, it sounds a bit drastic. Ivan, what do you think we should do? Comrade, I think we take existing OP Russian vehicle and we buff further. Ivan, I love it. Have 50,000 rubles, take the rest of the month off. Sergey, pack your shit up and get out, you're fired. For how else do you explain patch 2.5's new and improved SU-152, now with 9% more hit points, 22% increased traverse speed, and a 21% reduction in aim time on that ML20 mod 152mm howitzer, which is all you should be using on this thing. It is the most satisfying piece of weaponry to fire in the game, I believe. Now, the SU-152 was not, to be fair, at the top of the win rate rankings on these servers. It sits about 10th, between 10th and 12th out of 23 tier 7 vehicles across all the servers. It's very consistent. Win rate's about 50, between 53 and 56% win rate average, which is quite good. And the German vehicles, the ones I mentioned before, Tiger, Jagdpanther, Panther, it's got about 10% more average win rate than that. Now, is it down to the fact that the noobs all go up the German line first because they want the Tiger and they want the E100, maybe the big guns of the Jagdpanzer E100? Maybe that's why the German vehicles have such a low win rate by comparison. But it can't just be that. It can't be. Because coming up against those kind of vehicles in the SU-152 is exactly what you want to happen. The big, flat, no complex curves or shapes in the armor scheme. You just fire HE into those things and then you laugh your ass off at the damage numbers that appear. Here's a good example of what I'm talking about. Jagdpanther 2, tier 8 non-turreted German tank destroyer. 60mm of side armor on that superstructure, and the ML20 has 86mm of HE penetration, which means if I fire at a 90-degree angle the side of this guy's superstructure, and he's going to give it to me, it cannot fail to penetrate. If you hit the side of a Jagdpanther with the ML20 at HE round, that's 60mm armor against 84mm of average HE penetration. We all know that there is a 25% variation around that standard pen value, which means it can only go down as far as 60mm, which means you will pen every time. And that is the game done. 3 kills and a big hit there at the end. Second class badge and a BIA. Nothing super crazy about that game, but coming away with 2.7k damage, 1.3 for stealth in the Comet. And the team clean sweeping that one. 7 shots fired, well, not 7 penetrations, but a HE splash counts as a penetration in the post-battle results. That's it. The higher the tier, the less chance there are for those big penetrating hits with this gun. You really do become a scavenger in high tier games in SU-152 with the ML20. Such as this tier 9 game on, what is it, Oasis Palms. Lots of tier 9s and 8s. In fact, there's only, what have we got, 3 tier 7s on our team, 2 tier 7s on the Reds. Slight advantage to the Reds. But it's not a huge issue because this gun in a high tier match is not about penetrating. You just want to sit back, second line, stay out of sight wherever possible, and just splash people with HE rounds. There's not a great deal of thinking about it. You don't have to worry about your penetration. You just aim center mass and expect to do, consistent damage. Not huge damage. Everyone talks about the DPM of the 122mm top gun on this machine, and it is good in a tier 7 match when you can consistently pen everything you come up against, but in a high tier match, 175mm pen just doesn't cut it for the front of a lot of vehicles you're going to come up against. HE though, always going to get anywhere between 2 to 400 damage, unless you're up against something with crazy armor. So, it's two teams here weighing each other up. Looks like we've gone opposite sides of the cap. No shot there on the Jagdtiger 88 as he dives into cover. Someone else will appear though, like that IS-3, and here we go. Not worrying about weak spots or penetration, just fire that HE center mass. 300 damage, didn't get spotted, and I can sit myself here and wait for the next target. The armor on the SU-152, of course, is not amazing. A big gun mantlet will absorb a lot of shots in a very trollish manner, but in a tier 9 game, you don't want to get hit by anything, basically. So just hang back, wait for opportunities to appear. Hit into the left, poke out a bit too far, get spotted by the Jagdtiger 88. You can tell if someone spotted you before your light comes up by their reaction to your presence. If they stop what they're doing, it's a pretty safe bet that you've just appeared on their screen and they're reacting. So don't hang around and wait for your light to come on. If you think you've been spotted, pull back. Snapshot there at the IS-6. I don't know how much damage that did. Looks like about 300, maybe 400. Pull back just in time to avoid the return fire from the Jagdtiger. And I call for help because I think this guy's going to charge me down, but I got tanks to my rear, I got a Jagdpanther 2 to my left, and charge over the hill here because I know I can beat this guy's reload. The IS-6 is distracted, so I just splash that guy in the face, finish him off, dive in behind the IS-6. I swapped to AP thinking I'd get a rear shot here, but his health has been whittled down so fast already that back to HE, splash that guy. Another kill steal, just scavenging kills, targets of opportunity. Move in now to the Red's rear. Still on HE. There's an IS-8 sitting on cap somewhere. Lots of Russian vehicles left. In fact, there's only Russian heavies left. Russian heavies are the hardest tanks to pen. Lots of spaced armor and complex curves. 7 hit points for the kill there on the IS. Another kill steal. Here we go, IS-8 distracted, so I can be a bit more picky with my shot. I swap to AP, look for the back of the turret, and yes. 135mm of penetration with standard AP rounds on the ML20. Just enough to get through the rear of the IS-8's turret. We lose the Jagdpanther 2, who was on pretty low hit points. KB3 gets him, well played. Go wide, I've been spotted by the IS-8, but he won't have the gun elevation there to hit me, so I come around the corner, through the gap in the building there, splash that guy in the turret. They lose the KB3, it's just the IS-8 left, and I can pretty much do what I want here because I'm on full hit points and I've got plenty of backup. No sense taking unnecessary damage though, so I wait for an opportunity. Hopefully he'll fire and I can come over the top. I'm going to look for an engine shot with AP. Here we go, take the opportunity, come over, easy, yes, there we go. I don't know why he didn't fire, and that is his opportunity wasted. IS-8 gets the kill. Just second class badge for that game, coming out on top of XP, 2.4k damage. It builds up, even though you're not doing a great deal per shot, it does build up throughout the game. Consistent damage. 30,000 credits and 1.6k XP. Back down to tier 7 for the rest of the games in this episode. Starting here on Canals. I'm with Horace in the Black Prince. And we are going to head right into the grassland area. See if we can't jump the Reds mediums. Got plenty of mediums on our team, so let's roll that way. So 130mm pen with standard AP rounds, 250mm pen for heat rounds, which I really don't use all that often unless I'm in a desperate situation. You really do need to get the damage out right then and there. against a high tier opponent. Of course, both AP and heat rounds do 640 average damage, and I think it's 960 average for the HE rounds. The heat rounds cost 6,000 credits, so you wouldn't want to be splashing those around too much. And the AP and HE rounds are about 800-900 credits, very affordable. So Anko has got himself into a world of trouble there. Too bold, and I almost do the same thing. I want to get a big hit on this Panther and just reduce the Red's confidence early on, but shot dips just a little bit low, and I'm very lucky to not take any damage there from the Panther, who hit my gun mantlet, and the Reds have just come around the corner there. That T25 AT could have been bad news. Our team is being far too bold. We lose a Japanese medium, the Cheeto. Come around to try and stall the Reds just in case they charge around the corner. Horace is calling for our meds to wait, which is fair enough. He's still going to be 30 seconds before he gets here. Big hit on the Anko on the Reds team. Very disappointing though that didn't pen. Second shot on the Panther. What can we do here? Non-penetrating hit, but engine fire. Down goes the Panther. VK3601H has just arrived. I swap back to AP because he's got less than 600 hit points. And I know I can pen the front of this guy with 135mm pen. Boom, down he goes. To my right, back to HE. The T25 AT is rocked up. And I make a poor ammo selection here. I should have stuck with HE, but I figure I'll try AP. And that showed that should have been a pen. I don't know why that didn't go through, but I hit the upper glacis and he was angled back, so no pen there. And this match showcases the good and improved hull traverse rate on the SU-152. I'm about to get swarmed. Yep, tanks all around me, little meds. Turn to engage the Chinu, taking hits from the Anko, who is pivoting back to get me, and he would have got around the old SU-152, but with the 20% buff to the traverse rate, swing around, no need to aim, just splash that guy with HE for the kill, and stay low here for the Stug, who was just fired. Probably safely come over the top now, and overkill! Down goes the Stug for my 5th. Bunch of medals for that one. Second class again, Top Gun, Radley's. 2.2k damage, 1.5 for Horace. 8 shots fired, 6 connecting hits, 21,000 credits, and again 1.5, 1.6k XP. Tier 7 games are where it's at with the ML20. It really is a lot of fun because you get to be creative with your ammo selection. High tier games, you really just got to stick to HE in most situations, just do that consistent damage to do well. But in a tier 7 game, you can chop and change between your ammo, between HE and AP, depending on your targets and how much hit points they've got left, the situation. I don't know, there's a bit of variety to the game, and I really do enjoy playing it this way. So with Horace again, KV3 this time, tier 7 battle on Fort Despair. You can head into the Alley of Death on the left. HE selected as per usual at the start of games. Horace will likely charge forward aggressively. Can afford to do it in this kind of matchup. The Reds have got a bunch of tier 7 heavies, but we're not too concerned just at this stage. So swing around the corner, camp here, and look out, T29. Smack that guy in the face before Horace came through and blocked a shot. He connects as well with a snapshot, and that is the T29. Pretty low already. Watch the reload on this thing. It's only just slower than the KV3s, and as Horace had to aim there for the lower plate, I could just swing around and aim center mass. So I actually got the shot off before him. And oh, Japanese mediums, they give me funny feeling in my pants when I see them. They're like tigers with less armor and heaps of hit points. Down goes one Cheeto. Bounce a shot there from the second. And I ignore him, swing past. He does get a cheeky one into my flank. That's okay. I swapped to AP thinking I'm going to engage the Chinu on less than 600 hit points, but Tiger, AFK. Is that a weak point there? Yes, it seems it is. Low roll there on the HE though. Only 800 damage. And that has shocked the Tiger into life, but he's got less than 600 hit points, so I swap it to AP. Lucky shot there, he stopped, and it just entered the lower plate there, to the right of the drive wheel. Lucky penetrating shot. Chinu, HE will do this, not a worry. One tank left, Black Prince. Horace claiming up the last of the resistance. Whitewash. Again, second class. Brothers in Arms, 3k damage, 1.7 for Horace. 6 shots. When you start getting those penetrating hits, 6 shots equals a lot of damage. 3000 XP, 40,000 credits, not bad. The name I gave to this episode comes from a passage from the Bhagavad Gita, which is a Sanskrit Hindu scripture. J. Robert Oppenheimer, who ran the Manhattan Project, the project that developed the nuclear bomb at the end of World War II. When he watched the test firing of the first ever nuclear bomb, Trinity, in the New Mexico desert, he said he was reminded of this passage when the bomb went off. Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. And I think in a tier 7 game, that almost applies to the SU-152 because it is just, it can ruin people. It really can. It is amazing sometimes, but it all works and it all lines up. It is just the most fun to watch. And with that in mind, we come to the final game, a tier 7 Blitzkrieg on port. First target up already. It's a big flat tier 7 German medium tank. Bang! And there is his game ruined. We pull back to reload and look for the second target. There's an M4 out there, and you would think this would be an easy kill, but you can't have it all your own way with the ML20. That shot glances to the right. I hit his turret at an oblique angle. No penetrating hit there. He does survive, but he will not survive the second shot. That is for certain. Boom. And what's this rolling in? Chiri. Oh, I love seeing Chiris in this thing. Oh my god, look at those hit points. He is going to attempt to climb the hill, but he takes a shot in the rear and he pauses to return fire. And good night, sweet prince. I don't know what it is about this thing with engine fires after a penetrating HE round, but I get it so often. Hold still, Tiger. Hold still. Ah, god damn it. Pulls back and I clip the mountain. Oh well. We move on. What other targets are around here? Cheeto, Nectar of the Gods. Hold still. Aim. I assume he's going to pull back. He wouldn't sit up there, surely, exposed like that, but he does. Penetrating HE round with an engine fire, one shot kill, and I can't help but have a chuckle there to Snake Eyes. Look out, the Panther's back. He's got the jump on me. Oh, I don't have the gun depression. Whoa. Shot flies just over his engine deck. Bit of bullet time there. And that is the game done just like that. The SU-152 in patch 2.5, guys. Get on it. It is a barrel of laughs. So thanks for watching once again, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.